Hey guys, welcome back. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I have no idea what we are going to be doing today. Hold on, let me get that done while you look at me at a really weird angle. Just for a second. There we go. Got some apple cider, cold apple cider for now. As I'm thirsty and I wanted some apple cider. But we also have hot apple cider for when I want hot apple cider. So basically, today's show is basically going to be pretty much just chatting for as long as I want to. We'll talk about the show tomorrow and basically what's going to happen in the show tomorrow. And then we'll probably do go on a walk, because I have to get out of here and stretch my legs for a bit, because this apartment is tiny, so we're gonna probably do that, and then we're gonna probably come back and do a little Q&A, just because I like throwing that in there just because, and then maybe if I feel like it, we'll talk about books or something. I want to save the reason I'm not really doing a lot of like specific Land Before Time stuff tonight is because I want to save as much as I can for tomorrow, and we'll talk more about that when we go on a walk. If it doesn't decide to shut off when I get out of Wi-Fi, that's the only problem. And as soon as I say that, slow connection. But, yeah, also, hi guys. Alright, we're gonna leave, and I'm gonna weirdly go quiet, because I don't want to talk in front of here, but we're gonna, and also, if the live cuts out when I get down there, I'm going to restart. Try not to dox myself. Yes, I know there's slow connection. The church bells are going off. Walk over to my mailbox. See if there's anything inside, even though I just checked it. There is not. I can't show you because then you'll know where I live. But there's some, and I might take a picture of it later to show you guys. But but they got the lights up here. They're really nice. There's a couple lights up here. Yeah, we're just waiting for the traffic to leave, and then we're going to. And you know, it's like, yeah, there. Yes, I know I'm currently offline. I will be off. Alright, I'm back online. No, what I was saying is I've been wanting to do some vlogs outside of the house, and you know, but I haven't really had the courage. Oh, those lights are pretty too, but I haven't. There's no way I can show you those ones though. But I just haven't, you know, felt really comfortable filming out in public, especially by myself. Like just because, you know, it feels a little weird when, you know, there's people around, and then you're talking to the camera, but nobody knows you're on camera, so or that you're filming a video, and they're like, why are you talking to yourself? That's my biggest concern. The other thing is that I don't really want people to be like pissed off because I'm like filming a video or something. Even though I'm not like showing anything, you know, it's like, it's weird. So we're gonna try not to get run over because nobody here knows how to drive. And also we are going to try not to get myself doxxed, because that would not be good. We're gonna wait for this person to skedaddle, then we're going to quickly hop over this way. So I want to go into Dollar General first, and then we can go into Ollie's and just look around and hopefully not get yelled at for filming in a store. Even though I'm definitely not going to be showing anybody's face, of course, if I can help it. That's why we're literally holding the phone in a weird way, so I don't like accidentally get somebody's face in the area. And okay, I gotta pay attention for a minute because I gotta cross the street, and nobody here knows how to drive. So Just stand by for a second. Yes, I know there's slow connection. We're also probably going to be here for a while. Well, at least as soon as this light comes in, and run, bitch, run. Alright, let's go into Dollar General. If there's like a lot of people in there, I'm not going to go in. Just because it's all like cramped and stuff. I mean, at the other store it's different because there's like way more room in order to like branch out. And I want to go, even though I'm broke and I don't actually shop at Ollie's anymore because except to get, they have nice journals there. So I usually get myself my journals there, and I also get my sister's journals there, just because they have better quality, and there's also more pages there than say Dollar General, who's has not that many pages in it. Hold on, let's wait for him to come in. Alright, we're gonna sneak through this way. Usually I'm broke, so I'm not gonna get anything, but usually I would drink, but I have drinks at home, so the camera. Like, have you all tried these? Apparently they're like really good. They're not that good, they're alright. You put them in the it's like pasta noodles. You put them in the pot and you boil them. Like what we got here, we got holiday creamy vanilla, whatever that is. Have dog food. Those are cute. We got some beanies. There's a bluey one. There's a sequin one. A couple of other ones as well. Those are pretty cool. We got the cleaning supplies because why not? Hold Make sure it's cut. Don't need any of that stuff. Well, actually, we're not getting anything today. Although the stuff over here in the home decor department area is pretty good. I've always liked these yellow flowers. They're pretty cool, and it's weird because I don't like yellow. And then there's there's some photo albums over here. It's really, really cool. They've already got the Christmas stuff out. They put the Christmas stuff out literally right before Halloween was even over, so that's cool. We got some pots and pans. We got some birthday supply stuff. Like over here, this is what I'm talking about. We have a lot of what they have is like planners and stuff, and I don't need a planner. Actually, I do. I have a planner. But if you want something to write in, you either have to get one of these that's like not that big for like $1, or you get for like, actually I think these are like $4, and you get one at Ollie's for like $2.50. It's like huge, so that's cool. And here are all the arts and crafts over here. Make sure he does not get in the frame. There's some books over here. Sometimes they have good ones, sometimes they don't. There's one here that I want to read one day. There's the stickers. There's the Christmas cards. Over here we have some like toys. They got the little dinosaur buddy type things. That's literally what they're called, dinosaur buddies. Nah, look, it's like orange. It's orange ducky. And this reminds me of that one dinosaur from that one movie. The lighting in here is terrible, but and we also have this duck thing. That's cool. Not as cool as our little friends though. Let's see what else they have. I can't see anything. And also there's the holiday popcorn, I guess. I was never allowed to get it. My mom said no. They got these like really cute pens here too. Especially in with the fluffy balls in it. You know, I debated getting a Halloween mug, but they only had like 2 options, and they were both kind of ugly. And I thought about, and these look a little bit better, but they don't. Well, honestly, I don't think I would get the one with spoon in the handle. Alright, we got a J, an M, there's a wiener dog. There's a K. Do they have any cherry sour? They do not, it looks like, but oh well, because I'm broke anyway, so there's some magnets. This one says, there's some phrases. And another thing is, I feel like everybody has these slippers, but I never see anybody wear them. And I mean, obviously they're not gonna like, they're obviously not gonna like be like wearing them, out in public. So that might be why. While we're walking to the next store, I want to discuss a little bit about what we're going to be doing tomorrow. So the plan is to start at 7 tomorrow. And then like just talk about stuff for like maybe 30 minutes, and then do our first award of the night, which I won't tell you what it is because we will not be going in order of the Google document. Because I feel like that would be boring. And we're gonna like sprinkle the awards in between the show, so they're not like all done at once. Which, by the way, if you're watching this now, the voting is still open until tomorrow. I think I'm gonna close it at 6 p.m. tomorrow, so an hour before showtime. That's 6 p.m. Central Time, 7 p.m. Eastern. The show is at 7 p.m. Central Time, 8 p.m. Eastern. Now we gotta get through this area run. I wanted to wait until I finish the season. I wanted to I honestly wanted to do a not wait to do the movie ranking until I finish the talking about all the movies. I still have 11 through 14 to do, but I decided I'm gonna go ahead and and I was gonna wait until the season finale of season 1 of the podcast coming out in probably January, because there's 10 was today, so 10 is So movie 10 is this week. There's no episode next week, and then 11, 12th. So it'll probably be in January. I think the 1st or 2nd January week of January will be the season finale for season 1 of the podcast Before Time, and then we'll start season 2 like right after that. The reason it's not going to be until January is because, well, we still have movies 11, 12, 13, and 14 to do, so that's 4 weeks, and so we have 10 this week. That's coming up on Thursday. And then we have Thanksgiving break next week, so there's no new episode. And then we have the first 2 weeks of January. I'm not really 100% sure. I would have to look. But I think we have the first 2 weeks of December, and then the last 2 weeks of December. And I think maybe even the first week of January. There's no new episodes for like holiday break, like Christmas, Hanukkah, New Year, shit like that. So that's the plan. So I wanted to do a ranking video then, but then I'm like, I need something to do tomorrow to, like pass time and shit. So we're gonna be doing that instead. And alright, let's come in here and try not to get yelled at. Y'all, I know this has... Hold on. Let me put y'all at a weird angle for a second. There's this book about dinosaurs, which has nothing to do with our little friends, but I still think it's cool either way. All of these are like kiddie books and like boring books. I want to look to see if there's anything. And also, Facebook, please do not copyright me. Thought about getting that book because it looks interesting, but I'm not really sure. Obviously, I'm not gonna get it today because I'm broke as hell, but and also there's this book, but it's like the second book in the series, and I don't have the first book. It's that one right there. It looks really interesting. I heard, that book is, according to Book Talk, I heard that one's nice. I have a couple of, her books that I need to read, because everyone's like, read this. So guess what? We're reading this, but let's walk over here for a minute, and then I'm gonna quickly show you what I was talking about with the oh, they cleaned up nice over here. Somebody got bored, but it's like these, like, see how like thick they are? They're like $3. It's like so cool. I think I want to get that one, and also that one's cute too. I got the first one I got, because I've gotten 2 so far. The first one I got was the this cat one right here. I don't remember. Oh, I got that one. That's the current one I have. That's so cool. Right, it's getting hot in here, so let's skedaddle. There's some coloring books over there, some birthday cards. Let's sneak out this way, away from like everyone. Some coloring books. Let's head out. Alright, let me look over here. I'm gonna see if there's anything I'm missing that I want to look at. Absolutely none. But there we have it. So basically the plan for tomorrow is to, go through all the start the show, do a bunch of like fun stuff, like so basically what happened is I was going to do a fan fiction reading tomorrow, like continue reading the fan fiction on live, but the thing is I had already filmed Thursday's podcast before I did that, and I already continued the fan fiction, so if I continue the fan fiction now, it just wouldn't make sense, because I would be reading after what y'all would be listening to on Thursday, and also it just wouldn't make sense. So what I might do is I might find one that's just for the show, like show specific. So I'll probably do that. Just a little extra bonus one. although I'm really, really, really enjoying the current one we're reading, which will probably pull us into season 2. I can't promise anything, but I think I'm going to try to start making the podcast episodes at least an hour instead of the 45-minute rule, depending on how everything is going with, like, connection wise and stuff, because my connection is at this point is like really like iffy. Sometimes it works great, sometimes it doesn't want to like work at all, so I have to understand that. And it also depends on if I have the if I even have the energy to film for an hour or longer than 45 minutes. Like, you may have noticed, I think it was this week's episode, well, not this week's episode, but last week's episode was kind of shorter than normal. And it was like 38 minutes long, and I had to like I was so exhausted, but I had to film an episode. And I was like so exhausted that I had to force myself to get even to the 38-minute mark. Just because I don't know what it is, but I get like so like tired easily, and it's not like a sleepy tired, it's like a physical tired, like my body just wants to like give up. And I don't want to like say a lot about it because I'm still getting like testing done for that stuff, and I think I'm gonna like try to get it done in like a live, like talk to you guys about it in depth when there's like a live and either that or in like a podcast episode whenever I get things like situated and stuff. And if this is the case, hold on, or not, because I had no idea that car was coming. That's so great. And go, because I ain't got time for this. Hold on, we're in between parking lots and nobody knows how to drive, so. Yeah, we're gonna walk over this way. But no, like I was saying, like the doctors are still trying to like totally, completely figure out what's wrong with me, and they're throwing around like a lot of different things, both my doctors and my family members. Some people are saying it could be like, see, I'm already tired. like, for example, some people are saying that it could be like autoimmune. The doctors think it might be and probably is a connective tissue disorder. Like, at this point, like, until all the testing is done, and then we know exactly what it is, it could be anywhere from like an autoimmune disorder of some sort to like a connective tissue disorder to oh, I found vampire teeth on the ground that we will not be picking up because wait. Run and try not to die. Yeah, I've had a lot of like stuff thrown at me for like what it could be. Hold on, we gotta wait for these old fucks to get out here.
Help you? Are you doing all right?
There's the bar right there. Boo. And no, like I was saying, there was hold on. Sorry, everybody and their brother decided to come out all at once. But no, like I was saying, they think it's either, like, they're throwing everything around, like, is it autoimmune, is it connective tissue, which that's what they're thinking. They were also concerned that it might be, and it might still be, cystic fibrosis, and and the only reason that we even still think it could be that, or at least I still think it could be that, and by that I mean either cystic fibrosis or another type of lung disease, because of how my because of how my like fingers and toes are like clubbing and shit. But and I looked that up because I thought, well, maybe that's a symptom of so and so, and I'd have to like So I have to like look up the other thing that I think they think it might be, which I'm not gonna like talk about because I don't want to like talk about a lot of you know, what that is. So I'm gonna have to like look it up if I remember to and see if it's a sign. Like, you know, a sign of that particular thing, or if it, you know, could be, well, and, you know, walk in real quick and then I'll continue. There's a chair out here that we sometimes sit in. What did the door didn't seem as heavy as it usually is. Stand in front of the air for a second. So yeah, that's basically what's going on with that. Also, I don't know if I ever mentioned this because I mention it everywhere and I completely forget. But I finally... Let me sit down for a minute because I'm literally exhausted. But I have finally gotten out of my reading slump. I finished the rest of the book I had been working on since like March. I know, I'm so terrible. And, well, maybe April. I think it might have been April. Finally finished it. And then once I finished it and like got into it, I finished it like really quickly. And then I finished this other one quickly because I'm reading the Akatar series, which is so good. And I read that book in like a week. Like less than a week actually. I read that book in like 4 days. Like 4 or 5 days. That was incredible. And then I started reading this shorter novel, which is the gap, which apparently is the gap between the main trilogy and the each of the standalone novels, because there's the main trilogy of this series, and then there's the gap, like the small novella that basically bridges the gap. And then she said that each additional book is going to be about a different couple or love interest, and like this book is the 5th book in this series, and which is the next, which I'll probably start reading definitely tomorrow because or even maybe today because I'm definitely finishing that other one tonight, and then I'll probably start on the last one. And then after I figured this book will probably take me a week tops to read if I continue at the pace I'm currently at. That's a week tops. It could be shorter than that. And then that's it until the new book comes out, which hopefully comes out next year. Fingers crossed that book 6 comes out next year because book 6 has been confirmed. A couple other. Let's pull up on my shitty phone and let's do some. What do you mean session expired? Hold on. Gotta log out of my Facebook account on the other end because my session expired. You're logged in because we recognize you on this device. Well, how fucking cool. I'm sorry, y'all. I need to stop the cursing. I'm sorry, y'all. I won't because that's basically just the way I am. You know, I was gonna go all the way to 8, but like I'm exhausted. We'll probably go for as long as I can, though. Definitely not for another hour, though. But I want to like quickly ask you guys if there's anything particular you would all want to either see in the group or even in the show tomorrow. I'm going to, I think the show, because I wasn't even planning on doing this. I was just, doing this to see if I could, like, if my connection could withstand, and knock on fake wood, knock on wood, it holds up like it has been. I mean, there's been a couple of like slow connection, but there hasn't been like a lot of like, alright, I'm gonna be boring for a minute, and that's cool. Can I like type in here? Let me write a comment real quick. Alright, let's do some group shout outs. First of all, we got a potential spam post. Decline because it's not credited. Sorry. And also it looks like a repeat post. So I'm really like iffy about accepting posts that were put in spam, even if it's related to the group, because I feel like I don't know if it's like like a repeat post or like a copy post, because I feel like, I don't know. Oh, I'm literally on my other phone. I can literally see that I'm live right now. That's so cool. Also, by the way, how are y'all liking the welcome post that we've been doing again? I'm sorry we stopped doing it for a while. I couldn't figure out how to turn them back on, and then I was able to. So that was so cool. All right, I want to talk about something because my second made a post the other day that I wanted to talk about for a minute. So it says Shorty is portrayed as a bully when he's first introduced in 10, with even Braun saying he likes to start trouble. But I think the flashback where he first encounters Braun is particularly interesting. We see him traveling with significantly younger kids, and when they're faced with what they perceive as danger, they all jump behind him for protection. So this is an indication that Shorty's bullying is a recent development. If he was that bad, I don't see why those kids would have trusted him to defend them when they could have run away. Similarly, I can't speak to save my life. Shorty was ready to stand his ground to defend them from an adult instead of being selfish. So what do you think happened in the time between these two scenes? Would you like to have seen a movie that fleshed out Shorty's character and backstory more? Now, I'm going to get into some of the comments, but personally, absolutely yes. Now, I personally don't think there should have been like a whole movie just on Shorty. Excuse me, just because I feel like if they did that, I don't think there would be enough topic to cover for a whole hour long movie. Sorry, y'all, my broadcast was interrupted. Ignore the dirty floor. I dragged in something. I get like random floor hairs, it's so annoying. But like I said, I don't think that it's going to be like enough of a like topic to do a whole like hour long movie on just Shorty. But I do think there could be a movie where part of the plot is kind of like explaining like, alright, someone said the younger ones got adopted by others in Braun's herd, yet Shorty himself wasn't, so he became bitter. I think that makes sense. I really do think that makes sense. Someone else said, I would love to see more on Shorty. It was sad they left him out of the 14th movie. It was, wasn't he? Someone else said, I think he did it out of fear and jealousy. Fear to losing the other father figure he has, which goes into the jealousy since Braun started giving all his attention to Littlefoot, which was only natural considering this circumstances. So, And then another post by the same person, my second in command, was a little like Avatar Land Before Time like crossover thing, and it was like a different elements. Now I know absolutely nothing about Avatar. Like if you ask me any if you ask me any question about Avatar, I would not be able to answer it. But I do know a little bit about the elements, and Sarah's fire. I would say Sarah's fire. Petrie's air, Ducky's water, Spike's earth, and Littlefoot is damn it, what's the other one? There's another one that I'm thinking of that I can't even. Like, yeah. And my, second, just sent me a message in the admin chat, and he was wondering if I was planning to bring up a certain fan film that is being produced by producer Joey, and I honestly wasn't even thinking about it, but you know, now that he brought it up, I think it would be a good idea to bring it up. So basically, a movie like short film producer, his name is Joey. He's actually in this group. He is working on a fan film for the first movie. That's like kind of a reimagining of the first movie, which seems like really cool. And it's like his it's like his own like personal like and his own separate like animation style. It's like a totally different like and it's like honestly it's like really cool to like see it come about, and I cannot wait to see it like all come together and see the final product. And from what I've heard, the final product will be available on Joey's YouTube channel when it's finished. Whenever that will be. Personally, I feel like my second will have more information, or at least information quicker than I will, because they talk a lot more. They talk a lot more than we do. So like, there's that. We don't know a lot about the cast, but we know the actress who is cast as Littlefoot I'm sure will do absolutely amazing, as well as the actress who was cast for Littlefoot's mother. So that would be cool too. So if I find any separate information about it, and also stay tuned to the group for more information on that because I feel like that would be cool. And I think it's going to be a great short film, and I can't wait to watch it. And once again, I'm really loving the fan art that's been shared in the group lately, whether it be your own fan art or you sharing other people's fan art. Which is cool. The only thing we ask of you is that if you're sharing other people's fan art, you need to credit the artist, or else your post will be removed or deleted. So I'm also loving the tattoos that people have been sharing, but I haven't seen as many. Like for a while there was like just tattoos like everywhere, and I still see some shared, but it hasn't been as. Alright, it says your favorite song from Land Before Time 13 is A, Say So, B, Yellow Belly Bounce, C, How Do You Know, or C, How Do You Know? My answer is D, none of the above. Your favorite song from Land Before Time 6 is Legend of the Lone Dinosaur, Bad Luck, On Your Own, or none of them. I choose none of them. Oh, that's a cute plushie, is that? That's cute. Aw, that's a cute ducky heart tattoo. That is so cool. There's a photo. Nope, we're scrolling past that because we are not getting into that today. Favorite song from Land Before Time, Big Water, Always There, or Friends for Dinner? I don't love any of them, but there's something about, as annoying as Big Water is, there's like just something about it. There's another Chomper tattoo that's really cute. Another question I have is, why do we never see Ducky's siblings at all? I mean, other than like randomly seeing them with like their parent, mom or something, we never really see them. Which, you know, what's weird, and I might make a post about this because I want to know your thoughts about it. But it's just really weird that Ducky has like all these siblings, and yet they never randomly show up and be like, "What up, y'all?" Like, she has so many siblings, but for some reason, and a lot of them were hatched in the first movie, so a lot of them are the same age as Ducky, so why wouldn't we ever see them? Why don't we ever see them? And I mean, obviously they don't have to be like a main part of the cast, but you know, it's weird that they don't ever like randomly show up and be like, "Hi, Ducky. Hi, guy." You know, it's just weird. Let me know if any of y'all know why that is, because there might be a reason. In case you're wondering, no, I don't have a Land Before Time Funko Pop because yeah, I just haven't found any yet. Um, Favorite song from Land Before Time 14 is, I'd have to say Look for the Light, honestly. Land Before Time 11, none of them. Land Before Time 12, none of them. Honestly, after like the songs they made for the series have never been good. Other than like If We Hold On Together, which is not really the dinosaurs singing, but it's Diana Ross singing at the end. Although they did record a version of the characters singing, which isn't that bad. But I feel like they did that song all right, and then they did I did like Peaceful Valley and It Takes All Sorts, but other than, or whatever it's called, but other than that, the songs weren't, they just weren't good, honestly. And I feel like some of them were like kind of rushed. And like, do we have to sing a song every time we do something? Like, come on. But, anyways, guys, that's going to wrap it up for today. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you people tomorrow for the award show. Vote, and goodbye.